After finally watching the long-awaited FNAF movie, which I thoroughly enjoyed, there were many things about the film that I absolutely adored, and some things that I think were either misplaced or not fully explored overall. One of the first things that I liked was the relationship between Mike and Abby, with the film doing a good job on showing how much Mike cared for his sister, even when dealing with the overwhelming odds of both his prior trauma with his family and Garrett, as well as his malicious Aunt Jane trying to take the girl away from him. Vanessa's character was also great, especially when learning about her backstory as Afton's daughter and her role in Mike's life, with Elizabeth doing a fantastic job of displaying Vanessa's fear and trauma at his hands throughout her life. Moving over to the titular man behind the slaughter, Matthew Lillard did an absolutely phenomenal job at Afton, perfectly showcasing the calculating, egotistical, manipulative, and methodical killer that we've grown to know in the games, especially during his ending monologue against the Ghost Children, which I can imagine in the context of Afton's death all the way in back FNAF 3. And animatronics movement was phenomenal, reminding me heavily of how they walked and interacted in Security Hell Wanted. I also like some of the shots they did with the missing children's ghosts, blurring the lines between where the children began and the animatronics end, showing the relationship the children had with their new vessels. Lastly, I absolutely loved the beginning credits of the movie showing Afton taking the children in 8-bit sprites, being a throwback to the OG way of showing events in the FNAF universe. While there were many things that I adored about the film, there were problems and flaws that I had that were quite noticeable. First off, some of the cameos and callbacks within the movie didn't seem too well placed, such as the diner scene with Mad Pat and Aunt Jane, or Afton's "I always come back" line during his death, which I definitely think could have been weaved a little bit more smoothly. Next, I definitely think we should have explored more of Afton's actions and backstory before the events of the film and his taking of Garrett, especially in regards to Vanessa, who was shown to be deathly afraid of him because of his cruelty towards her. I also wish the Ghost Children had a little more spooky scenes and tone to them, similar to how the Ghost Children in the Black Phone are. Lastly, the tonal shift in the middle of the movie where Avi builds a fort within the pizzeria with the animatronics and the bird of Vanessa is pretty jarring, and massively takes away from the overall horror/thriller aesthetic the movie was previously running on, making me think it could have been implemented better or taken out entirely. In conclusion, while the movie has its flaws, it is an enjoyable watch, and definitely holds its promise as a movie for the fans, packed full of Easter eggs and details that only fans of the series will pick up on. Overall, it's amazing how far the FNAF series has grown and evolved over the years, and to finally have the movie out for all to enjoy brings a smile to not only my face, but surely the faces of both old and new fans everywhere.